What if I told you that the most powerful medicine for chronic illnesses isn't in a bottle or your doctor hasn't prescribed it yet? No, no, no. Before you start coming from my neck, hear me out. What I want to show you is that the correlation between exercise and reversing chronic illnesses. I'm not saying to ditch your treatment plan with your doctor, but let's look at what the research has to say on this topic before you come for my neck. All right. So, uh, yes, this means that you have to get off the couch in order to see this result. All right, so welcome back to my channel. You already know who it is. Your boy Alchemy Fitness, where we transfer from nothing to gold. So I want to talk to you about a topic that's been on my mind for quite some time. Does exercise or can exercise reverse chronic illnesses or diseases? And believe it or not, it can. Not everything, but for the most part, it really can reverse some of the chronic pains and illnesses that we uh, come across. All right, so I got my notes in front of me. So let's dive in. All right. So we all know the saying that movement is medicine, and it really is. So, when you move your body, just don't think about burning calories. It's actually helping you biologically as well, right? So your cells end up becoming more sensitive to insulin, and your inflammation will start going down, and you start getting stronger. I mean, and if you're getting stronger, that means your heart is getting stronger as well. So by that happening, your brain is releasing chemicals that reduces your pain signals, right? So this happens every time you move. All right. So we're gonna go into like what conditions actually uh can be reversed or significantly improved. One is definitely type 2 diabetes. Yes. And there's studies that show that consistent aerobic and resistance training can lower HbA1c. That's the long-term sugar marker in your blood, right? Along with certain medications. But some people actually go in full remission. Just ask me how I know, because I have some clients that had some, and they actually trained with me for quite some time, and they end up getting off a lot of medications that they were on. All right. So they're not just learning how to manage it, they also learn how to rid themselves of this disease. Right. So what happens is, why you can reverse type 2 diabetes is because exercise forces your muscles to soak up glucose without needing much insulin. So over time, you're retraining your body how to respond. And that's what this is all about as well. Number two on the list is heart disease. Yes. When they do in cardiac rehab programs that are supervised exercise, they have been shown that exercise have been shown to reduce the risk of dying from heart disease up to 20 to 25%. That's a whole lot, to be honest with you. So it also exercise also lowers your blood sugar and improves cholesterol ratios. It reduces arterial stiffness. So the plaque buildup in your heart, in your blood vessels, that also decreases as well. So therefore, you have more blood flow, and it strengthens your heart muscles as well. So don't get me wrong. I guess medication. No, I don't guess medication does have its place, but we can help or rid ourselves of these medications, because each medication has a side effect, right? You gotta take this because of that or this that. You can reduce that just by moving your body. All right. Also, three, autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. There's a joke author had nothing to do with my itis, right? Right. So some people may think because they have an autoimmune condition, it feels like exercise is your enemy, especially on bad days. But it's actually the contrary. Through the research, it shows that a gentle, regular movement reduces inflammatory markers in the blood, which decreases your pain receptors and improves the quality of life. The key word here is gentle, emphasis on the word gentle. All right. Don't go out and try to do a CrossFit exercises. That will be contrary. Like I said, it's all about alignment. Four is depression and anxiety. Mental illness is physical illness. Yes, it is correlated. So, exercise is one of the most effective treatments we know to known of for mild to moderate depression, right? And it's a good antidepressants. We always talks about the dose, the daily dose, the dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, epinephrine, these happy hormones, but also it gives us BDNF, which stands for, I wrote it down, brain derived neurotropic factor, which is a protein that actually helps your mind grow. So they will call that like the fertilizer for your brain, right? So by anytime we learn something new, it actually increased the neuroplasticity of our brain, which is always a good thing because therefore it gives us new neural pathways. Whenever we have less of that BDNF, it will increase our likelihood to have more neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, and 5, last but not least, is chronic pain conditions. I know you're probably saying that how just that's probably counterintuitive, but actually not, because with conditions like fibromyalgia and chronic back pains and even some nerve pain, our research shows that the right movement actually desensitizes the nervous system over time. So your brain literally learns to stop amplifying pain signals. And I want to talk on that too, because sometimes we end up trying to overcompensate when we have like a little injury or something like that. Like, let's say we have like a stiff back, we will try not to move our back more. I think you still should move around because the circulation actually helps. Although we do have a circulatory system, if we're stiff, we need to try to move a little bit more because there's healing in the blood by circulating through our body the right way. That's why stretching is very important in everyday activity of moving around in a healthy manner, to get that range of motion as well. Because in our blood is oxygen, and we need to get to those areas where we are stiff, all right, to release that tension. Like I like to work out, and even though I'm a stretch coach as well, I still need to stretch a little more. Like my back is kind of stiff or a muscle, I have to stretch it and make sure I get enough circulation or pathways into that area, if that's making sense for you guys. All right. So how do you actually start if you're chronically ill? It's very simple. Just start off small. That's it. Brick by brick. Rome wasn't built in a day. I think sometimes we get impatient with ourselves, or we think the task is too great because we're always thinking about the large picture or the end result. As they say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So it is with yourself too, whether it's walking 5 minutes a day, a gentle stretching in bed, chair exercises, whatever you can do for today. I remember when my mom was here, may Allah be pleased with her, she passed, we would take her in the driveway and have her with her walker just to walk up and down just a few times, just so she can build her strength, with the walker, and she'll sit down, catch her breath, things like that. So no matter what age you are, just move around. Even if it's up and down in front of your house, go back inside. Just do that more and more. And over time, your endurance and strength will increase. It's something like that. I think we try to think, we take intensity for consistency. They're two separate things. I'd rather you be consistent than have one day a week of you just doing crazy intense work, to be honest, because it's over time. And by you being more consistent, you're giving your body a chance to trust you again, or to trust what you're doing. And therefore that comes into alignment. Because like I said, it's just not about building muscles, is about the awareness of you knowing yourself as well, and your body, and harmonizing, your mind, body, and spirit in one. But that's, my other videos, of course. All right. So let me know what you guys think about of this video. If you have any chronic illnesses that you're going through, I'd love to hear from it. Put it in the comments and how you're trying to overcome it as well. This is a judgment-free zone. So, be respectful in the comments. All right. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? And if you find any value in this video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and share it to someone who actually needs this. You know what I mean? But once again, I thank you guys for taking the time out to listen to what we have to say, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate you. All right? So let's start moving our bodies and become the best versions of ourselves. And for any training and macronutrient coaching as well, just click the link in the description. We reach out to you and see if we can help you get from A to B. So this is Alchemy Fitness signing off, where we transfer from lead to gold. Train hard, train smart, and train safe. Till next time. Peace.